ganz genau 90 Kilogramm. 1,82 Meter ist der Großprofi seit dem Jahr 1997 mit dieser Statistik. 39 Kämpfe, 32 Siege, 21 davon durch Knockout, 2 Unentschieden. Sein Coach Dieter Wittmann. Aus Süßen, der Ex-WBA-Weltmeister im Cruisergewicht, der Challenger Firat Arslan. Der Champion boxt aus der blauen Ecke. Er ist 26 Jahre alt. Kampfgewicht 90,2 Kilogramm. 1,87 Meter ist der Großprofi seit dem Jahr 2004. Seine Bilanz: 37 Kämpfe, 34 Siege, unglaubliche 25 Mal durch K.O., ein Unentschieden. Sein Trainer Uli Wegner. Aus Bielefeld, der amtierende WBO-Weltmeister Marco Captain Huck. Wer trägt den WM-Gürtel nach diesem Fight? Arslan oder Captain Huck? Die Entscheidung fällt jetzt live im Gary-Weber-Stadion in Halle Westfalen.
Gentlemen, I gave you an instruction in the dressing room. I expect a clean fight. Obey my command, and first and foremost, protect yourself at all times. This is a little high up here, okay? Let's touch it up. Let's go. Let's go.
Eyes that say a great deal. Marco Huck against Firat Arslan. I've been looking forward to this one. It's always fun when you see this guy in the ring, Barry. Marco Huck never seems to have a dull night.
No, he's probably one of the most, if not the most exciting fighter in the world today. Never takes a backward step, but neither does Arslan. He never takes a backward step, so it's going to be a cracker.
Arslan the Lion, that's his nickname. Bit of a Narnia reference. Huck, when he unloads, or Huck, as they call him round about here, when he unloads, he really throws his punches with a purpose.
And already John landing with a sickening left hook to the body.
A lot of respect between the two guys. Arslan, 42 years old, but he comes into this after a draw for the European title against Alexander Alexeyev back in May. Formerly held the WBA title, lost it to Guillermo Jones, who still holds that version of the title, lost that in 2008. But he's got himself into terrific shape for this, and he only has one way of fighting. He just comes forward like this, gets into range, and tries to unload.
Yeah, he's heavy-handed, the Arslan, and he keeps his hands up high, likes to wear you down and beat you up. But he's up against a fighter who likes to do the same sort of thing.
Respect between the two guys. Both of them say that they like their opponent. I think that like and respect will be suspended for a few minutes now. It's good from Arslan, decent left hook as well from the challenger. Was a very good kickboxer, Marco Huck, as a lad. Only had some 15 amateur fights before he turned pro. And you can see that sort of unorthodoxy about him. He has a slightly square-on sort of look to him. But when he throws the punches, he really goes for it. Often in the last 30 seconds of a round, catching the eye of the judges.
Yeah, he generates a lot of power in those punches also, doesn't he? And he's throws on funny angles sometimes, you know, they really have an effect when they land.
Those fights, though, against Povetkin and against Ofalabi, just one little question maybe about how much it's taken out of the champion. You can't keep on having hard fights like that indefinitely, and that's a good left hand from Arslan.
But Arslan doing the right thing, isn't he? Trying to get close to Huck, being the shorter fighter. But Huck already landing some good body shots and unloading a nice little combination.
See that Huck has the height advantage, stands about 2 inches taller with a reach advantage similarly. Some nice hook he throws to the body, really turns that left hand in well. Arslan coming back with a decent left hook of his own. It's been an interesting opening round. Both men have had their moments. Good round, and both will go back to their corners thinking that they've had their moments of success.
Yeah, it was a good round and a tight round for me. I give it to Huck. I think, you know, he had the flashier work, landed with some good body assaults, and but nothing in it. And it's going to get more hectic as the rounds go on.
Well, it's 6 months or so since he fought Ola Afolabi. The second time, incidentally. He's had 6 months out since then, and he says that his batteries have been well and truly recharged, and he's ready to go tonight.
There was always a slight worry, wasn't it, that, you know, boxing for the heavyweight title of the world, then coming down in weight again to box to defend his cruiserweight title. But in retrospect, looking back, he didn't really put on too much weight, did he, when he boxed Povetkin?
No, that's true. I mean, the most notable example, I suppose, of a man who went back and then was never went up rather, and never was the same again. Of course, Roy Jones.
Yeah, but he really bulked up, didn't he, Roy Jones, to get to heavyweight? I think that was the difference. I think Huck just got to a comfortable weight and done it quite sensibly.
9 years ago, that wasn't it, when he fought John Ruiz? Time flies,
isn't it just? The little right hook there to start off the round to the body for Arslan.
Arslan's had a decent start to this fight. Has 5 defeats on his record. Interesting sort of guy, fluent in 4 languages, of Turkish antecedents, as you might have guessed from the name. Awesome. Cute little uppercut inside.
Yeah, he's had some good success, hasn't he, in this round so far.
Well, after all the holding and spoiling of the last fight, what a relief to see 2 guys prepared to let their punches go.
Again there, Huck with that left hook to the body, gets right round the back of the ribs.
Another uppercut inside from Arslan, and another decent shot. Very definitely giving Huck an argument here in this second round.
Yeah, I think Huck's just letting Arslan get a little bit too close to him, isn't he?
Well, if Arslan can stay there, that's his territory. That's where he wants the fight.
Huck has quite fast hands for an aggressive fight. He needs to hit him from range and let those fast combinations go nice and straight.
Huck came to Germany as a child. His family fled what was Yugoslavia during the war, Serbia. And the family lost many friends. Blood from the nose of Marco Huck, and we're only in the second round. Arslan keeping that tight, high-held gloves defence and walking Huck down, getting into the pocket, so to speak, and trying to fire away in close like that. And again, a decent uppercut. Huck told to keep the punches up.
He's so strong, isn't he, Arslan?
That's another good shot from Arslan.
He's so strong that he walks through whatever Huck got to give him at the moment, and it's a great success, those uppercuts.
Well, look at the face of Huck, that tells its story. This has been a good round for Arslan. Typically, in the last few seconds of the round, the grandstand finish from Huck.
And then those nice fast hands go, but still wasn't enough for me. John did win in the round, and that, for me, levels the fight up after 2 rounds.
Interesting, Barry, very interesting. And Huck, well, he certainly knows he's in a fight now. And Uli Wegner will have some well-chosen words for him. Arslan was getting through with some really telling uppercuts.
Yeah, he was. I think Huck needs to start throwing his punches before Arslan gets too close. He's letting Arslan walk onto his chest. And obviously there's going to be one winner there. He's shorter guy punching up.
I know people always talk up their preparations prior to a fight, but as you watch Arslan here, there's that uppercut, and you can see he's got himself into terrific shape. He might be 42 years old, but boy, does he look fit.
He does, and he's in tremendous shape, and he's stronger than what I thought he would be against Huck. I obviously knew he was a very strong fighter, but Huck being strong himself, I didn't think he'd be able to bully him so early in the fight.
Referee wanting everybody out of the ring and wanting the liquid off the ring canvas. And straight away, Arslan right into the face of Huck once more. Arslan claims to have sparred 160 rounds with 10 different sparring partners in preparation for this. I guess he would say that, wouldn't he? But you watch this and you can just see the desire oozing out of every pore.
Well, this is his big chance in there, 42 years of age, you know, to get back on top. And he's made a very, very good start so far.
Huck targeting the body, but he doesn't seem to be making any sort of a dent in Firat Arslan so far. This is going to be a macho battle the further it goes, yeah, unquestionably.
Definitely going to be a war of attrition, isn't it? You can see fitness playing a massive part, and also desire, which both of them have plenty of. Yeah, Huck just getting a bit more distance to throw his shots.
Crowd trying to raise Huck, who's not quite letting the punches go as we've seen in the past. Early stages in the fight though, still a long way to go. And he has got through with some telling hooks to the body. Left hook from Huck has been a good one. As that uppercut again from Arslan.
This is where Huck needs to let his hands go. Just like, lost the opportunity there.
It's a really tight defence that Arslan keeps. Oh, good work inside again.
He got him on the back of the guard there, didn't he, Huck? But look at the size of Arslan's back, it's massive, isn't it? Yeah. See where all the power comes from.
The blood coming again from the nose of Marco Huck. Arslan by 15 years, the older man. That's better from Huck, he needs more of that. Are we going to get another of these epic cruiserweight confrontations here? The early portents are good.
It's good work from Huck. Needs to do it again from that distance. We all know he takes a good shot, but he don't want to give. Oh, that's good work.
That's the trademark flurry in the closing seconds of the round. Huck has learnt that over the years. It pleases the crowd, it catches the eye of the judges. Arslan gives him a little smile. That was one good round.
It was, and for me, I favoured Arslan right up until that last little combination, and it was a flashy combination, and it maybe was stole the wrong for me for Huck, but it's going to be a very difficult fight to score if it stays like this.
Very, very tight round indeed. Firat Arslan, Turkish parents, now based in Germany, lives in Friedberg. And been a professional since back in 1997. Briefly, was under the Panos Eliadis banner, working with Panix Promotions. Whatever happened to Panos?
Yeah. Blast from the past, isn't it? That.
Qualified mechanic as well is Firat. Arthur Abraham watching at ringside. We've got a fight on our hands here, Barry.
Well, Arslan straight out like a bull out the gate, straight on top of Huck again with that uppercut. And that's his tactic, isn't it? Not giving Huck chance to work. Not giving him the space to let those fast hands go.
He works very effectively in close, doesn't he, Arslan? Some people seem to find it difficult to get their punches off at close quarters. He works really well with those short hooks and uppercuts.
But he's so strong, isn't he, that he punches through defences. doesn't worry about the high guard. You know, he has the strength and the power to get through them. But that's good work there from Huck. Left hook to the body, straight right to the head.
Oh, good shot from Arslan. Rocked back the champion's head. And again, good uppercut. Huck once more forced to give ground as the bull-like Arslan ploughs forward. I wonder how many people who saw him have his second pro fight at the Elephant and Castle fight and beat Mark Hobson up in Barnsley think that one day he'd be fighting for the WBO title against the world-ranked #1 Marco Huck here in Germany.
And on my card, possibly could be winning the fight, maybe, if he keeps this round going the way he is at the moment.
Huck landing a couple of good body shots, followed by the front right hand from range, and then back comes Arslan. It's that sort of fight, swinging this way and then the other.
That's what Huck needs to throw, doesn't he? He needs to throw when he gets a jab's distance away, let those fast hands go. There's only one boss, isn't there, when he's in close, and that's Arslan.
Well, you know what's coming, don't you? In the last 20 seconds, we're going to see Huck cut loose again, and the question's going to be whether Arslan can stay with him, whether he can match him, because Huck, you sense when he does that, and it's a pattern which is established over the years, he catches the judge's eyes as he does it.
Well, it worked for me in the last round. I think he was losing the round up until that final flurry.
Well, you could argue that he's been losing the round so far in this fourth round, but the Huck big effort is going to be coming now.
And that's what Arslan needs to stay close so Huck can't let his punches go, can't steal the round.
Here we go. Now watch. Arslan this time right in his face. Huck looking for it, but on this occasion wasn't able to find it. Nope. Tight round again.
Yeah, wrong for Arslan that time for me. I think he done the more effective work. Nullified all of Huck's work.
We've got a tight one so far. I checked on one of the betting sites in my idle moments prior to this, and was just trying to cram a few facts into my head, and I saw there that Marco Huck was being quoted at 16-1 on. He doesn't look like a 16-1 on shot here, does he?
No, it doesn't. No, he was obviously going to be the favourite. I thought he'd have a easier night than he already had, to be honest. I thought he would have been give himself more room to throw his combinations, but I underestimated, and maybe Huck underestimated the strength of Arslan.
Well, he's going to have to raise his game, or it's going to be a very awkward night indeed. We go now into the fifth, and on Barry Jones's card, we've got it level here. First scoring shot of the round was that uppercut from Arslan, then back comes Huck. But a lot of those shots, although they're catching the eye of the crowd, particularly from a long way back, they're being taken on gloves by Arslan. There's the uppercut again.
The thing with Huck, he has a nice tight defence, Huck, but Arslan's just punching through it, isn't he? It's the sheer strength of the guy.
That left hook from Huck is a quality punch. Now Huck trying to show that he can match him for strength, trying to bully Arslan back and getting through with a couple of telling shots to the body.
Well, he places that left hook round the ribs beautifully, doesn't he, Huck? But as strong as Arslan is, he just doesn't seem to affect him.
It's a real tough man's fight, this strong man's fight. And Huck, to an extent, you sense, is allowing Arslan to make it his fight. He's not picking him off at range as one might have expected.
I think he's just struggling with the strength at the moment, isn't he? This early in the fight.
Question mark, of course, about whether Arslan's going to be able to sustain his efforts as the older man. You just wonder, 42 years old. That one stat doesn't lie.
Yeah, but he's doing well so far, isn't he? He's still a very close round again, but Arslan having the better of it so far again with a nice little left hand.
Well, he's landing more punches, and the support in the auditorium is not all Huck's way, I might say. Big Turkish community in Germany, and Arslan has got plenty who are cheering him on as he uses that bull-like strength once again to get Huck back onto the ropes and landing a big left hook. That's better from Huck. Facial damage again, very evident on the champion.
He's just so hard to keep away, isn't he, Arslan? And then just either the uppercuts through the guard or clubbing punches around the guard. He seems to always find the target.
Well, the Vladimir Klitschko fight's going to remain a pipe dream unless he can produce something more spectacular than this. Perhaps it's still to come. Referee's not had to separate them too much so far. It's despite the fact they've been fighting at close quarters. It's been fought in a clean sort of spirit. Arslan trying to match Huck in the closing stages of the round. He's been suckered out of it once in the third, wasn't it, where he came on strong, Huck, but thereafter he's not allowed it to happen again. How did you score that?
No, that was another round for me for Arslan. I think, again, another very close round, but I just think he put too much pressure on Huck and smothered his work, didn't give him a chance to get those combinations off. Can't miss with that uppercut, can he?
3-2, you've got it to Firat Arslan, the outsider, the challenger, the veteran.
But you couldn't argue if it was the other way, could you, at the moment? It's very nip and tuck.
No, it's that sort of a fight, isn't it? It's going to be I suspect this is going to be a difficult one to score. And it's got all the makings of one which is going to unfold into something special.
Well, as the rounds go on and they get a little bit tired, the defences will get a little bit more leaky. So,
Celestino Ruiz, the American referee, ordering the cornerman out. And straight away, Arslan right into the face of Huck. Heads coming close. Referee warning the two fighters.
Look, we know Arslan is strong and we know he likes to fight this way, but he'll do well to be able to keep this up for 12 rounds.
Well, it'll be the performance of his life if he does it. That's a terrific shot. Really good left hook from Arslan.
Yeah, that's the distance where Huck needs to be. Good shot. Good little movement there. Slip in the punch, coming back with his own little right hand.
Marco Huck has not really found the answers yet, particularly to that uppercut. Lovely left hook, though, he fired in under the right elbow.
I can understand Huck wanting to conserve a little bit of energy, but he needs to let more shots go, I think, like that. And threes and fours, I think, to keep Arslan at bay. That's good work.
He threw the shots, but oh, that's a good uppercut once more from Arslan. How many times has he got through with that shot?
Oh. Just off balance, I think, there.
Big right hand from Arslan. Just a little bit worrying for Huck supporters, the number of shots he's taking.
Just the strength of Arslan, he's just punching through his defence, isn't he? Like, so physically strong.
Left hook's been the best punch for the captain, but there's not been enough of them.
And he's making Huck's punching look very, very light and weak, but as we know, Huck can punch himself. It's better work.
Well, Huck certainly can punch, we know that. 30 stoppage wins tell their own story. But Firat Arslan wants to just tear up the script. Almost for the first time, Arslan just gave a little bit of ground with that right hook. from the captain, which fired home. There's another one. That one was low, and again. Both of them low. Referee doesn't call him up, though. Did suggest beforehand that Arslan's protective gear was a little bit high.
But again, another low one. But Arslan won't be deterred.
Arslan is not allowing Huck to make these grandstand finishes to the round. He's getting right into Huck's face in the closing seconds of each 3-minute period. And those are the Arslan fans who are cheering their man.
Well, they have a lot to cheer about, don't they, at the moment? Again, another round for me for Arslan. Another very close round, but I think he's landed all the cleaner shots. Huck had a few flashy combinations.
They're liking what he's producing. In your card, Barry, you've got him a couple of points ahead at the halfway stage.
Yeah, I just think he's won the last 3 rounds. They've all been close, and maybe the fourth and the fifth were slightly subjective, but I think he won that round as clear as he could have.
He absolutely has the look tonight, doesn't he? Man who is ready, who's out there to produce the performance of his life.
He does, and he has so far. You would tend to think he won't be able to keep this up for too long, and that's when Huck will come into his own. But at the moment, it's a hard night's work for Marco Huck.
Well, we've seen Huck rally in adversity before, and he's going to have to once more. Needs to find 2 or 3 big shots, you sense.
Get that towel! Get that towel! Let's go!
He's a demonstrative referee, Mr. Ruiz. I was about to say, you just sense that Huck needs some big punches here just to turn the tide, just to make things go his way a little bit. Good body shot.
Yeah, Huck hasn't done too much wrong, has he? You know, he's landing with the good shots. Just Arslan just ploughing through him and punching round the guard or through the guard with the uppercuts. He's stronger than I gave him credit for.
Shoulder from Huck coming in there. The referee splits them. I wish I'd done a count of the number of times that Firat Arslan has landed with an uppercut from both hands.
He's been tremendous with him, so far tonight.
Huck's thrown some decent body shots in this round. There's another.
Better work from Huck. Just giving himself, throwing the punches before Arslan can get too close.
Being forced to work the body, Huck, because of that high guard of Arslan. Punches at the head, just bounce off the gloves, off the arms. Gets through with a couple there. That's better from Huck, needs more of that. Arslan has almost physically says, OK, you've had your moment, now let's see what I can deliver. It's a better round, though, for Huck.
Yeah.
Needed one.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, he's still under a lot of pressure, still getting him to take those uppercuts, but he's landed more shots. And his output's been greater than he has in the previous round. I just think he needs to keep throwing those straight 1-2s down the pipe.
Keeping a bit busier here, Huck, as well. Taking the eye simply because he's throwing more shots, irrespective of whether or not they're getting through.
But once Arslan gets him on the ropes or anywhere near a corner, those clubbing hooks and uppercuts are coming into play, and he's having success with them again.
This has been a bigger effort, though, from Huck in this round.
Yeah, he's rallying well, isn't he, under pressure.
The body shots have been telling, but Arslan just keeps on coming. Like his armour plated. But this is better from Huck.
Yeah, good straight punching down the line there, isn't it, by Huck?
And almost for the first time in the closing stages of that round, you just got the feeling that the body attack of Huck was starting to take its toll. Almost for the first time, Arslan almost involuntarily allowing his arms to just drop.
Yeah, Huck targeted the body, did he, with the left hook from the offset of round 1. And as you said, John, it might start to take an effect on Arslan. He doesn't show it in his face. He's a strong fella, but it slowed him down slightly. And those straight punches down the pipe in 3s and 4s by Huck are also having a an effect, and that was winning the round.
It's taken time for them to tell, hasn't it? Huck's kept on working the body as Arslan walked forward with that high guard. But just signs at last that they're starting to take a toll.
Yes, definitely. Even though Arslan is still plowing forward because he is a monster of a guy, but he was just slightly slower, wasn't it? A little bit more trepid than he was in the round previous.
You give that last round to Huck?
I did, yes, definitely.
So that now 4-3 on Barry's card in favour of the challenger, Firat Arslan, as we move into round 8.
But they are also very close, aren't they, these rounds?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I wouldn't argue with those who put forward vastly different score lines, because a lot of the rounds have been very close.
But Huck's found a recipe for some success now, and that's lovely. So I'm talking about Huck, lovely uppercuts there from Arslan. But the recipe for success for Huck is the hooks and the body assault and the straight punches down the pipe through the guard of Arslan.
Headshots again from Arslan, uppercut followed by the hook. Huck is really being dragged into the trenches here. Good body shot from Arslan. Lovely hook.
It's literally, it's almost like a chuckle about the fight, isn't it? From you to me, it's just back and throw all the time.
Well, I'm not quite sure what the dimensions of this particular ring are, but you could have put this in an 8-foot ring, never mind a 24-foot ring.
Oh, literally, yeah, they don't need the space to run away, do they?
Body shot again from Huck. Thuds home. And now Arslan, payback time. Whereas earlier in the first half of the fight, you just felt that the last word was kind of coming from the challenger. I wonder whether that has just changed now so that the last word is coming from Huck.
Yeah, possibly. You know, I think the heavier shots are obviously from Arslan, but I think, you know, like you said earlier on, the flashier punches and the combinations are from Huck. So it's what you favour at the moment, isn't it?
Two good quality body shots from Huck, looking to bring those gloves down to create the opening. Tough fights. Arslan still right in the face of Huck.
Nice little straight right to the body there from Huck.
Well, are we going to have another conclusion to this fight like Huck against Afolabi? We said in the commentary to that one, it was almost like watching a Rocky movie, and I wonder whether we're going to get more of the same here. It is simmering up towards a real boiling finish.
And that for me was a round for Huck, and probably his best round to date, maybe. I think he had he was putting a lot of pressure again, and Arslan had some success, but Huck landed more frequent and landed with some nice little straight right hands on the pipe.
Which means that you've now got it dead level again. 8 rounds gone. I'm kind of glad that it's not the WBC scoring of it. You get in some areas where they give the scores, don't they, at the end of the 8th round. I kind of think it spoils it a little bit. I like the guessing game.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You don't want to, you know, and also people don't need to know what the score is, because then they start rooting for a different guy, maybe, or, you know, standing on the foot there, maybe. Look at that. Both trying to get the advantage, having their foot outside, aren't they?
So we go now into the 9th round. Marco Huck, should you need the benefit of identification, which I'm sure that not many do by this stage, but he's in the white shorts, left-hand side of your picture. The WBO Cruiserweight champion, defending his title here tonight for the 10th time. What a fight, though, Arslan has given him so far.
Yeah, still being effective, isn't he, Arslan, when he's in close. Again, just ripping through the defence of Huck. But Huck throwing more punches now, isn't he, from distance before Arslan comes in.
Well, Arslan not quite maintaining the work rate that he did in the early rounds.
And you can't blame him, can you, John? Because
Good body shots.
Worked so hard, Arslan.
3 solid right hands from Huck. Referee saying keep them up, but to my way of looking at it, they were legitimate punches.
There's no letters there for either fighter. Once either fighter takes a rest, the other one capitalises on it.
Yeah, just as you sense that one man's starting to get the into the ascendant, and back comes the other. Look at this from Arslan. Big effort. Midway stage of this 9th round.
And to be fair to Arslan, he's blocking a lot of these shots, isn't he?
Body shots from Huck have been effective. The uppercuts, particularly from Arslan, have been terrific. Marco Huck has been the 12-round distance on 8 occasions. Firat Arslan has done it 7 times, and it's got the look of a fight which is going to go all the way down to the wire.
Well, just when you felt that Huck was under a little bit of pressure, he comes back with a 5-punch combination, nice straight punches down the middle, backing up Arslan, and again with a cracking little right hand.
Yep, and those body shots you saw again, as he aimed to throw that one, Arslan dipped. He's feeling them. Hardly surprising, you would say. That's good from Huck. The snap now looks as though it is more with the champion.
Yeah, good shot, left hook to the body, right hand over the top, a combination he's used a few times already tonight.
Well, Huck backing off and taking a little bit of a breather. Arslan waving to his supporters. But I reckon that Huck did enough to take that round, Barry.
Yeah, I gave it to Huck, I think. Pretty much halfway, 3/4 of the way through the round, it was a close round. Huck come back with some nice flashy combinations. 3 or 4 different occasions, and that was enough for him to steal a round, in my opinion.
You've got it by a point, Murray, to the champion, Marco Huck.
But it could be either way, especially those first 4 or 5 rounds were anyone's rounds, weren't they? I just feel the last 2 rounds, Huck has had a little bit of more success. But it's the fight we expected, John, isn't it? Sorry.
You had your 1,600 quid on to win a ton on Marco Huck. You'd be feeling a little bit nervous, I think.
Yeah, when you just showing some of Huck's better work, the combinations thrown in 6s and 7s sometimes. And that combination, the left hook to the body, the right hand over the top, is probably his best combination. He's been throwing it quite regular tonight.
3 rounds to go. And Huck, for us, just shading it. Arslan has been slowly softened up by this body attack from the champion.
And that tight defence of Arslan's just seems to be getting easier to get through, doesn't it, than it did earlier in the fight.
That's the body attack again, big left hook from Huck. This is a grueling fight.
Oh, it really
You
is.
see it on the face of both men. They're having to dig so deep. Look at the head of Huck, rock back twice to those left uppercuts.
He's had great success, hasn't he, Arslan, with that, especially with that left uppercut. Again, landing with it. But once one fighter has a little bit of success, the other one comes straight back, doesn't he?
Good round again. Terrific hooks to the body from Huck. Neither man, despite the power, the potency of the attacks, neither man has really been rocked badly so far, despite the fact that they've been able to tee off clean.
Yeah, you would tend to think if it was another fighter taking a punch from either one of these, they would be under pressure and in trouble, but so strong and fit they both are.
Yeah, it's a great tribute to the fitness, to the preparations of both men. Marco Huck never seems to have an easy night, does he?
No, but his body punching tonight has been superb, hasn't it?
Well, if he gets the edge, if he gets the judge's nod, it's shots like that which will have won it for him as much as any.
Well, I think for me in the last few rounds, the difference has been Arslan's been throwing punches in 1s and 2s, and Huck's been throwing his in 3s and 4s and 5s, and that's been the only difference.
Tight round, though, this 10th. Two good body shots from Huck. Last 10 seconds of the round, Huck trying to make the big attack. Hard to split them. And they know it, look at that. Smile from Huck, as much as to say, you are one hard mother.
Yeah, and he'd be right. But that was a round for Huck for me. And a different, I think Arslan has a steady round, doesn't he? Trudges forward, throws in 2s and 3s at most. Has success throughout the round. In most fights he can probably be winning the rounds. But Huck throws in 5s and 6s, sometimes 7-punch combinations. And at the moment that's what's edging the fight in his favour on my card.
Yep, on your card it's now Huck by a couple of points, Barry.
But you really, as subjective as this fight is, you couldn't argue whoever was winning, I think.
It could be a wider margin. It might be that it's tighter. It might be that Arslan's winning, you never know, but I don't think so. Just sense that Huck has had the better of this in the second half of the fight.
Well, Arslan's working steady, isn't he? He's throwing punches throughout the round. And Huck's looking to pick his combinations when he can. He's having more success now in getting through the guard. Slightly easier than he was at the beginning of the fight, I think. But Arslan's been superb tonight, hasn't he? He really has.
Absolutely. Whatever he's earned in there, I know that fighters earn well over in Germany. Whatever he's earned in there, he has certainly deserved it. Eye-catching flurry again from Huck. Arslan not letting the punches go with quite the enthusiasm that he did earlier on, and he's more wary of those body attacks.
Yeah, he is. He's blocking a few with his elbows, to be fair to him, but enough for getting through to take an effect, I think.
Strong, strong man, Marco Huck. And what a fighting heart he has.
Again, Arslan trudging forward, looking for that uppercut.
Well, I thought there was a very good argument that Huck against Ofalabi was the best fight I've seen anywhere in 2012. This has been another cracker. Maybe hasn't quite touched the heights that the Ofalabi fight did, but it has been one you can't take your eyes off.
Yeah, it's been a tough fight, honest fight as well, hasn't it? No one holding, always looking to work.
Did I say 2011? I meant 2012.
You might have done.
We're in round 11 anyway, that's the point. It is an epic contest.
But look at this now. Huck having a better start to the round now. Arslan coming back. Neither fighter being allowed to rest by the other one.
Arslan has just kept on coming the whole time. So fired up. People talk about the physical conditioning of somebody like Bernard Hopkins when he got past the age of 40. Firat Arslan has shown that he is in remarkable physical shape.
well, Hopkins, as good as he was and is, I'm a lover of his. I think he's a great skill. He didn't fight like this, did he?
No, he didn't. He certainly didn't. Oh, look at this from Huck. And back comes Arslan.
Great stuff, isn't it? Great.
What an epic round. Tremendous round.
Again, a Huck round for me, yet again. You almost feel guilty, don't you, not giving Arslan a share of a round, because he's doing such good work and his effort has been immense. But for me, Huck's doing all the better work, I think.
Well, they've got to believe that he's just not been letting the punches flow as he did in the first 6. And there is an argument, I think you could certainly make an argument, as you have, Barry, that everything in the second half of the fight has gone the way of the champion.
Well, if you're watching the fight, you would think it was maybe a round in it, but when you look at your scorecard, you just have to give the edge to Huck for the last maybe 5 rounds, and which gives him a 2-3 point advantage.
The crowd has absolutely loved it. A wonderful setting, a tremendous fight, and into the last round.
And you would have never guessed it, would you? Arslan forward straight away, straight on Huck's chest.
A lot of this, as you say, Barry, it's worth emphasising. A lot of it, the scoring, it's very subjective. A lot of the rounds have been tight. But Marco Huck has really, for me, produced a champion's resolve in these closing stages.
He has, yeah. Just when he looks under pressure, he rallies back, doesn't he, with nice straight punches, or them good body assaults that he's been doing, those hooks round the elbows of. And here we go again. Perfect example of his desire to win.
Arslan keeps ploughing forward. There's the strength of Huck, though. You almost don't want the last bell to go. You'd like this to continue for another few rounds. But I'm not sure the fighters would.
No, not at all. Look at him. Just going at it now, isn't he? And Huck, the younger fighter, just seems to have a little bit more energy, doesn't he?
Well, I gather there have been other attractions around the world this evening, but if you've been watching this one, I think you've made the right decision. These guys have short-changed nobody. It has been a superb struggle between the two of them, and it is going just the way it has been throughout the fight, right up to the final bell. Arslan bravely trying to carry the fight to Huck, and look at the pressure that he's putting the champion under. And then back comes Huck.
Just absolutely brilliant. Just when you think one fighter's starting to struggle for pace, they come back with a rally of punches to keep them back in the round.
I know most of the people we're broadcasting to are aficionados of the sport, but just maybe, there are people getting a look at Marco Huck for the first time, irrespective of whether he wins this fight, and I think he has, but irrespective of that, you can see just why he is such a crowd pleaser.
And Arslan has just been absolutely superb tonight, hasn't he?
Well, he's produced the performance of his career for me. He's been a pro for a long time, since back in 1997, but he has never surely fought better than this. Coming now into the last 15 seconds. They'll remember this for a long time, those who've watched it, and certainly the two who produced this epic confrontation. There is the final bell. Arslan celebrates, he thinks he's won it. Marco Huck as well. Arslan's corner think that they've got it. We reckon that Huck has edged it. It's been that sort of a fight. Tremendous contest. Arslan put the pressure on throughout, and if the judges have been swayed by the fact that he was the man on the front foot, then you never know. A committed crowd, they'll have their thoughts, you'll have your thoughts. Barry, what a contest it was.
It was something else, wasn't it? Really to and fro stuff, wasn't it? You know, no fighter was allowed to rest for the second of the round. Once they took a respite, the other fighter jumped all over them. It was absolutely phenomenal stuff, and just a pleasure to watch. Absolute pleasure.
Well, Firat Arslan, what a performance. To produce something like that at this stage of his career. Marco Huck, maybe still the champion. Perhaps, dare I say it, just a sign that the heavy toll of those epic fights in Huck's career is just starting to erode his wonderful competitive spirit just a touch. Arslan stayed with him, and he's celebrating like he knows he's got it. I wonder if word has got through.
Well, you can hear who the crowd's favourite is, can't you, John? Because they're going wild for Arslan, and they obviously appreciate the effort that he put in tonight. And like you said, it was a very subjective fight. Did you go for the steady work of Arslan, or the flashier, maybe faster punches of Marco Huck?
Well, he's a strong guy, picking up Marco Huck. All 14 stone 4 of him, plus a little bit more since the weigh-in. What an effort from Arslan. Has this WBO title changed hands, or has Huck, as Barry saw it, just done enough to hold on to his title? I tend to edge towards Huck, but not by a lot. Good fight. And these are anxious moments for the supporters, for the corners. Huck's been a champion for a long time. Made his debut back in 2004. This is 10th defence, and his first fight back. I think perhaps psychologically thought he was going to have an easier night after the Ola Ofalabi epic in his last contest, but here he is having to go to the well once more. And who's got
Meine
it?
Damen
Here
und
we find
Herren,
out.
hier kommt das offizielle Urteil. Mickey Van aus Leeds wertet diesen Kampf 115 zu 113. Paul Thomas aus Derby wertet den Kampf 115 zu 113. Und Giustino Di Giovanni aus Pescara wertet den Kampf 117 zu 111. Alle drei für den einstimmigen Sieger nach Punkten und weiterhin Cruiserweight Champion. Der WBO, er bleibt Weltmeister, Marco Captain Huck.
Well, the crowd not particularly impressed. Firat Arslan bitterly disappointed. We thought that Marco Huck had done enough just about to take that one. On our card, on Barry's card, it was Huck by 3. The two British judges gave it by 2 points, the Italian judge by 6 points. But the upshot of it all, controversial it had to be, but what a fight it was. Marco Huck is still WBO Cruiserweight Champion of the world.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much, John Boy. Thank you very much, Barry. So the captain is still champion. That man, it's fair to say, as sick as you could possibly be without spewing up your kebab. That man is on the floor. I've got to tell you, now you know I'm a massive Huck fan. I've been pushing the Huckster since the Satanta days. But tonight, I thought he lost. Not by a lot, by a round, maybe 2. Maybe it could be a draw. OK, I'm not going to scream. Maybe the two British judges got it right. But the Italian, a 6-round sway. Come on, fellas. That's just not fair. That's not good for anybody. It was a terrific fight, furious pace. Arslan did his homework, didn't he? Did his homework, boxed a brilliant technical fight in some ways.
Certainly, he fought the right fight. He got his tactics perfect. The one thing about Huck, and it was interesting that Barry picked it up on the commentary. Even though he normally always goes forward, he goes forward at range.
Yeah.
He's not great at...
Keeps that range there.
He's not great at punching short. So when Arslan went to him with his hands up and closed the gap down, he wasn't allowing him to get those long shots off. His power and his accuracy comes, Hook, when he's throwing that snappy jab, and then he whips those hooks in as he is there.
As he is there, yeah.
As he is there.
See, you know, he can do that going forward, but you say he always keeps it at arm's length. You think about it,
yeah, and
everything's pumping when he's going forward.
Yeah, and even when he's going backwards, he's normally, but Arslan closed that gap down. He kept his hands nice and high, and.
I mean, how would you? I mean, how did you have it, Dean, or you know, how did you see it in the end?
I thought it was very, very, very close. It could have gone. Personally, I think it could have gone one round either way,
yeah,
and I think a draw may not have been out of order, because a lot of the punches that Arslan were throwing were on the gloves, but also a lot of the shots that Hook was catching him within those combinations, even though he was throwing the 3 and 4 punches, he was catching him on the arms.
So three, not tonight, but in Huck's last 2 contests, the 2 hard 12-rounders, Povetkin, and then 10 weeks later, Ofalabi. Okay, 6 judges in those 2 fights. 3 of them had them draws.
Yes.
They were hard fights. And you said after about 40 seconds of this fight, you said the 24 rounds this year could cost him tonight.